What is up, everyone? I hope you all are doing well. My name is Ishaan and welcome to the video. Now, I'm actually in a very dire need of a haircut, as you all can tell, and I'm kind of mad because I don't really get to go to my barber for another week and a half, which means I have to keep recording these videos. I have to meet up with people and go to places with my overgrown hair, and I'm just not a big fan of that, and I just cannot wait to get my fresh cut and look all clean again. Anyways, today I want to talk about some things that make you a high value person, and if you're doing these things already, then keep that up because you're on your way to live a life that is truly, authentically yours and just something that you should be proud of. And if you're not doing any of these things, then maybe it's time to make some tweaks to become your best version. Number one is bouncing back. The hard truth of life is that there's always going to be pain and suffering along the way, like no matter what, and we all just kind of need to accept that. You know, we can never really eliminate the pain that there's going to be. Or rather I should say inevitable pain that there's always going to be, but what we can do is learn how to deal with them and use them as learning experiences. A high value person knows this and understands that there's going to be rejections and failures that come along their journey whenever they're trying to pursue something. A few months ago, I was looking at summer opportunities and summer jobs and applying for like a shit ton of things that came along my way. And there were these two things, that I had the perfect experience for. There was one of them, like I even made it through like the last interview, like after going through like 4 of them, and I ended up getting rejected from that place. For a minute I was kind of shook because I really thought I had it in the bag, and I still remember complaining to some of my friends about this and just telling them how I went through the entire process. I went through the 4 different interviews, putting in all that time and effort, and for them to just reject me. And even when I asked them for feedback, they said that everything was good, like you had all the skills you were looking for, but the other candidates just exhibited better. After a few days I was like, you know what, I'm done complaining about this, and I'm gonna use this as fuel to just keep going and use it as a stepping stone to try to get something else in hand. And that's exactly what I did. All I'm trying to say is that, to be honest, it's really even a privilege to even be getting all these rejections, because that helps you build that mental toughness and resiliency that you can even apply like in other areas of your life to get to where you want to be. And not everyone gets this chance. Number 2 is having goals. Now, it's one thing to, take it day by day and go with the flow, but if you don't have something, you're working towards, then what is it that you're really doing on a daily basis? I cruised through my entire high school life, taking on any leadership positions that came my way, or taking on any summer internships that were like right in front of me, and just dedicating time towards things that popped up, instead of really sitting down and choosing to dedicate time to certain things that I would want. And I now realize that if I actually had some concrete goals for myself at the time, things could have looked much different. A high value person understands that having goals is so crucial, because not only does it help you identify what you want, it starts to lay down the foundation for a life that you envision yourself in. Number 3 is approving yourself. Now, I get that, we all want to be liked by everyone around us, and coming from experience, in high school, I used to be the biggest people pleaser ever, where I would try to be the funny guy in class, which, came at an expense of my participation grades. I would try to hang around the cool and the popular kids, so people on the outside would think that I'm cool and popular. And to be honest, all of this kind of left me in a sad path where I just felt like I had this void that I was trying to fill. I'm sure some of y'all can relate to this, and the best way to tackle this is by expecting nothing when you walk into a conversation. You don't need to think of the perfect thing to say in the conversation that's gonna get you the response that you're expecting or wanting, but rather just be yourself and who you are around your usual circle. And if someone doesn't like you, bro, who cares? You know who you are, and you already have your approval, which means that you don't need someone else's. It's pouring outside, but my bag is still there, which means I'm gonna have to run and go get it. All right, we got this. We got this. All right, 3, 2, 1. And I wanted to save this part of the equation until the end, because the way to make sure you're giving yourself the approval is by having goals to work towards and following through on them, and bouncing back from any rejections or failures that come along the way. Anyways, that is all I got for this video. If you made it this far into it, I just want to say I appreciate you so much and thank you for tuning in. Go ahead and hit that like button if you got something out of the video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because I release 2 new videos every single week, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.